Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The goal of my channel is to show you a unique cooking system that I call it the fast cooking system. The cooking system is very fast, but the word fast has another meaning, which is the acronym for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking, which is the fourth attribute of this cooking system. Earlier on, I posted a video to demonstrate how to cook a very simple stir-fried egg dish. I call it scramlet because it is a combination between scrambled eggs and an egg omelette. This is probably the fastest stir-fried dish that you can make because it takes only about 3 minutes. This is perfect to cook in the wok. All you have to do is to heat up the wok, and you season the wok, and you pour the eggs right into it. And you can cook quite a few eggs in it. Here I have 6 eggs. And the wok is perfect for cooking this dish. You notice that I use the wok spatula to push the cooked egg from the center to the middle, and then open up the space for the eggs to cook very rapidly. And then I use the wok spatula to gently fold the egg over. And next, I add some chopped scallions. And if you don't have any scallions, you can skip it completely. But the scallion really gives it a nice flavor. I gently mix in the scallion and the dish is done. And then I garnish the dish with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Oh, by the way, each time when I cook this dish, I garnish it slightly differently. Sometimes I use some oyster sauce, sometimes I use some sriracha sauce. So this dish is extremely simple, and if you are in a hurry and you want something quick, this definitely is a go-to dish. And the dish is extremely flexible. You can use it for many different types of meals, from breakfast to a late night snack. And recently one of the viewers asked me, she said, if I want to make this dish more look like a gourmet dish, what could I do? And I love that she used the term gourmet. And then it goes through my mind, what if I want to make this into a gourmet stir-fried egg dish? Well, one thing I know, anytime when you add shrimp to a dish, you automatically make it into a gourmet dish. So I decided I'm going to make it into a gourmet egg stir-fried dish with shrimp. But I still want it to be cooked very quickly in about 3 or 4 minutes. So I go into the refrigerator and reach for some of my frozen shrimp. I brought the shrimp out in some running cold water. It takes only about 5 to 6 minutes. I cut up the shrimp to the size about the tip of my middle fingers, because this will allow me to cook them rapidly. I start with about 2 tablespoons of canola oil in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to heat up the oil until it starts to smoke gently, and then I turn down the heat. I let the oil to smoke gently for another 15 seconds. And this is the time when the wok is being seasoned to create a non-stick cook surface. And I call this method spot seasoning. This is a step I will perform each time before I start a cooking session. This will guarantee that I will have a wok with a non-stick cook surface. And to cook this dish properly, it is very important that the egg do not stick and burn to the surface of the wok. 15 seconds later, I start to cook. I pour the egg directly into the wok. You notice that the egg starts to bubble immediately. That means the wok has a good non-stick cook surface. I use 6 eggs to cook this dish. And before I beat up the egg, I season the egg with seasoning agents from my masala dabur. This is an Indian seasoning box. There are 6 seasoning compartments, and this allows me to store my most frequently used seasoning agents. The wonderful thing about the masala dabba is that each time when I'm ready to season my dishes, all I have to do is to open up the box. And all these 7 seasoning agents will be available to me all at once. Okay, so let's go back to the wok. As you notice that I add the shrimp right away to the center of the egg. This will allow me to cook the shrimp together with the eggs. I use the wok spatula to push the egg from the outside toward the center. This will open up the space at the bottom of the wok so the uncooked egg will flow into that open area. And it is through this process that the egg cooks very rapidly. Instead of scramble the egg, I fold the egg gently over. And next, I add the scallions to the wok. Now I'm going to use the wok spatula to fold the egg over the content as I would be cooking an omelette. But the nice thing about this cooking method is that you don't have to be worried about folding the omelette perfectly. And then I lightly scramble the egg to make sure that everything is properly cooked. And this is the reason why this dish is known as a scramlet. And you notice that by cutting the shrimp into small pieces, I can cook them very quickly. If I have not cut up the shrimp and leave them whole, it will take much longer to cook. And using this method, I can cook this egg and shrimp dish in less than 4 minutes. Now what we have done is that to make modifications to make this into a stir-fry gourmet dish. And if you like shrimp, you definitely need to try this dish. And by cooking the shrimp with the egg, the shrimp is being protected from the heat by the eggs. The shrimp is perfectly cooked, moist and tender. One of the major challenges in cooking shrimp is not to overcook them. And using this method to cook the shrimp, you will find that they are perfectly cooked. So here we are. We take a very simple egg dish and turn it into a gourmet stir-fry dish. And by adding the shrimp to the egg, it makes this dish delicate and delicious. So I call this template-based cooking. And by making minor modifications to a basic template, you can create many variations. I post a video each day to help you to cook the food that you love and enjoy. And by using my fast cooking system, you will make home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun. And so if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And so keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.